Welcome, everybody, to Too Legit to Crit, a tabletop role-playing podcast hosted by two people who thought it would be a great idea to switch accents for an episode. So, yeah.
Sorry.
Although technically you are not doing my accent, you're doing kind of like a Mary Poppins thing.
I can't do your accent because your accent's like super British. I can only do like whatever the fuck this is.
Hey, but that's not bad. That is not bad at all. Although I don't think anyone should watch this episode ever.
You sound very vanilla.
I tried to go for like a generic American accent rather than pick a location.
It's quite
I would not be able to
bothersome.
keep.
It's quite bothersome. I'm not gonna.
I would not be able to keep it up for an entire episode. And the other thing I was going to do was try and emulate a character. I was trying to go with the Ted from Bill and Ted. So, hello, San Dimas. And yeah, I realized I wouldn't be able to do that for an entire episode either. Okay, you can do this. You can, if I can do this, you can. By the way, can we just point out one thing? This was your idea.
This was my idea. This was my idea because I needed another. Are you just doing Bridgerton? I don't know what that means. The show?
Yeah, there's a show, Bridgerton. It's not my thing.
I
It's not my cup of tea, as you people would say.
have in fact watched Bridgerton. That's not exactly what I'm doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, to be completely honest. I'm a little bothered by John, though. His voice
Why is that?
it's too plain. I don't like it.
I'd rather do plain than go into something that I can't uphold.
Mm-hmm.
At least this is probably nearer to my normal way of speaking.
It's true, it is. But you should tell us about your gaming this week.
My gaming this week has not been that eventful. The only game I've played was Abomination Vault. Pathfinder. So that's my Thursday. That's my Thursday game, and it was good. It went okay. The party reached 10th level, which is the maximum level for this. So like the end is nigh, as they would say, and I'm still hoping for another character death before we finish.
How many more until you finish?
What, character deaths? As many as I can get.
Sessions.
Sessions? I don't know, because they've got about 1.5 levels of this like mega dungeon to go through.
It's not too many.
So I'm thinking maybe 7 or 8, depending on each session, as it were.
It's not too many.
It's enough.
You can put a
If you're
little
playing Pathfinder, that's enough.
Pathfinder. How awful is it? I'm having to think about what my structure is before I start.
Yeah, but I mean, one thing I was thinking earlier about this whole idiotic endeavor is that it is a good practice, because I have a habit of speaking very quickly. And that leads to a lot of filler words like the ahs and the ums and all this. But at least now I'm having to think very carefully about what I'm saying before I say it. So I'm hoping that is a good exercise for me to kind of slow down.
That's a very good point, but also a good social experiment, in my opinion. But I still say a lot.
That's good, you know. I'm still trying to kind of fight the urge to slip back into my usual Tyson Fury self.
We'll go at this for a little bit, and then we'll switch back into our normal ones at some point, because I don't know how long I can hold this. I have an accent in my game from this weekend that's supposed to be Scottish.
Okay.
It is Scottish, Irish, Mediterranean. I give up. And it just ends up being
Scottish,
blend.
Irish, Mediterranean. That is like
it's a hot mess.
That's kind of like, you know, that's a really weird sort of combination.
It is.
I mean, I'm English Mediterranean, but
I cannot explain to you how she sounds.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make a point. I'm gonna make a point of doing this for longer than you.
Ooh.
Because this was your idea.
This was my idea.
This is my fuck you.
Idea? Do you put Oz on the end of your words? Idea?
Idea. Yeah. The thing is, now I'm kind of struggling to switch back. Now I'm kind of struggling to kind of go back into normal.
We don't get stuck like this.
So anyway, now it's time for you to tell us about your gaming week.
Oh, fuck you,
milady.
Earlier, Couch was like, so prim and proper, and I'm like, I don't know the difference. I just know English. So we play.
I'm gonna guess Level Up.
Yes, we played Level Up.
That's pretty much your answer every week, so...
Well, no, because it's Void Runner. I run Level Up. I play Level Up, but then there's Void Runner.
So,
we played
you played Level Up?
Yep. Scott was our DM, and he did a wonderful job. We did a lot of roleplay. It was one of those sessions where we ended up talking more than fighting, and there was traveling, but it was actually, it was entertaining as hell. It was very good.
Good.
No one is ever going to want to have me DM their games if they think this is how I do accents.
Yeah, but it's the same as me. I will start.
I'll start sound. You sound good.
I sound fucking terrible.
You sound good.
No, I will start. I will honestly give it a good attempt, but after about 5 minutes, I find myself slipping back to my usual accent. That's why I'm speaking tonight in very small bursts. Yeah,
I slowing.
I planned ahead. Apparently, last night's game was very horny. That's what Connell is saying in the chat.
Connell. Yeah.
Was it pure smut?
Not quite. There was talk of female forges staying hot and being able to man it before day rise.
You're gonna bang that forge.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah. Mazes being found and hidden places. It was very suggestive. Although, to be completely fair,
we like crevices.
It was fun. It was fun. It was horny, but it was fun.
I mean, the amount of games that we play that just go off the rails and become R-rated,
yeah,
is
not even on purpose.
But especially with me at the helm, it kind of gets worse because I'm supposed to be the person who corrals the players, and I'm just gonna, yeah, go for it. Let's get crazy.
At one point, I think that Scott just gave up completely. He was like, we just going back and forth with innuendos, and I played the paladin type character. I don't know what I'm doing with my voice right now, but I was the one accidentally instigating it. So, yeah.
No, it sounds good. Paladins. I mean, these sessions are always good when things kind of go off the rails in the best possible way. And that kind of leads me to something I posted out on Threads a couple of weeks ago. And it was a question that I meant to get to last week, but between one thing and another, we never did. So I just kind of want to read the question and read some of the answers and probably give my own answer and ask about yours. So the question I asked was for people to tell me about their favorite downtime stories in their games. Like the best things that happen during downtime. So I asked them to tell me like the most poignant or fun moments that their character or their party have had between adventures. And I got some good responses. So just to kind of go through some of them. Darth Oldius, good friend of the show. Good friend of your Discord.
I can say one-syllable words very well.
He said that Periander and his queen had to pay a visit to apologize to a goddess she had offended by sacrificing a bull in the goddess's honor, Greek style. Said goddess was horrified, but accepted their apology.
Rob, what the fuck are you doing in your games?
But I think that's amazing. I think that's fucking amazing because,
I love it.
You know, can you imagine just the twist on the divine? Where you get these cultists sacrificing virgins and you got their god kind of going, guys, what the fuck are you doing?
Virgins!
I didn't want this.
For the poor!
I didn't want this.
You get a virgin! You get a virgin!
No,
all the
please
girls get a virgin!
Just give them what they want. Just give them what they want. They're just going to carry on killing people.
Why is there always a virgin, though?
I don't know. I don't
want to hear any of this, like, purity bullshit, because most virgins I know are filthy as hell.
I mean, that's a weird. I honestly don't know how to react to that.
Speaking of horny?
Yeah, I genuinely don't know how to react to that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it is virgins. I think it probably is the whole purity aspect
I
of
think
it.
so.
But like you say, a lot of them are not impure.
No.
Okay, so this next one comes to us from Justina Revolution. It is, my favorite downtime story has been when my friend's thief Becky wooed and romanced the richest merchant in town, and after swindling out of a ton of money, ran away and married the baker's daughter. Becky was a fun bundle of drama.
Again,
That sounds telenovela to me.
yeah, what the fuck are you guys doing in your games? Like, I want to play those.
Keep it coming.
Yes,
I want more of these stories.
these are fantastic. I love hearing the stories of the community and what people are gaming and playing. Like,
all right, here's a good one. This is from Inadequate Dungeon, another friend of the show. So after we finished our demon arc, I set up a rest session where they got to celebrate their victory. The highlight was definitely the play. The play was an in-game recreation of the events of the family's triumph. It was filled with gags and twists, making fun of the idea that they never explained to anyone what they were doing. I made custom tokens for each actor representing each PC. It was meant to be a one-act play, and they stepped in on and then left. They made me go for 3 acts, and it was amazing. Have you ever done like a play within a play?
No.
Yeah, I mean, because there is one Pathfinder Society scenario which kind of does that, where you go and have to help out some goblins, and the goblins have set up this huge play, and you as characters have to play characters in the play. And I think that's phenomenal.
I love the idea, but I also love that you saw my gears turning and we're like, you ever done that before? No, I haven't.
Saw your what?
I was like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. So do you have like a favorite downtime story?
To be completely honest, I haven't had a lot of downtime stories in games. It's usually like, yeah.
No? So you've never had like a shopping session where you've created an interesting NPC?
Well, okay.
Or anything like that?
I didn't create one. Okay, no, that's a lie. Do one-on-ones count?
Yeah, one-on-ones can count.
I had a session. I'm losing it. Hang on.
You can do this. Come on. All right. Okay. Yeah. Use your buzzwords.
Do you have a catchphrase in your head that you usually use to slip into things? That's how I do it. Anyways, I'm not gonna tell you what my catchphrase is because it's a secret power. So I did
is your catchphrase Worcestershire?
No, it is not. No, I had a one-on-one session actually with Connell, where he went and investigated what I thought was going to be the town mayor, his arch nemesis, but no, he ended up actually approaching a barkeep, and it was very interesting because he just downtime went and had a conversation with the barkeep, and I can't say much because he's in the chat right now, but it was very
sexual.
No. If he pried just a little bit harder, he might have cracked the entire campaign.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, I was like,
that is really interesting. That's
because of all the people that he could have talked to. That was
he just happened to pick the person. Here we fucking go.
And of course he's probably gonna be like, wait, what? But they're not gonna see that character for a very, very long time, so I'm not worried about it.
I actually had something similar happen. I will tell you my downtime story in just a second, but this is kind of off tangent of what you said. I was running kind of like a murder mystery session, and one of my players distrusts me massively. So anytime I kind of present him with something, he immediately thinks that I'm trying to swindle them, or he thinks that I'm trying to set them up. So he is always trying to kind of like roll to sense motive or insight or whatever the system involves. So I had them meet the actual murderer of this little module, and everybody was fine. Nobody suspected a thing until this guy comes along, distrusting of me. I want to sense motive, and he fucking failed.
No.
And it was like, oh, that was fucking close. Oh. That was so fucking close. He nearly derailed the whole fucking thing. But it was fantastic. It was so fucking funny.
I'm so proud of my players when they can take those moments and just pluck it. And it's like, oh, I'm like, oh yes, you're so smart, but fuck off because I'm not ready for that to be like revealed yet.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, okay, so this wasn't the murderer. It was this person all along.
Surprise.
Okay, so my favorite downtime story. Okay. So the party were again another murder mystery, different one. They were in this big magically infused city, and I had one of the victims of this serial killer to be essentially the equivalent of like a WWE wrestler. So I created this whole thing. I called it the QFL. It was a Quantum Fighting League, and I even created a way for them to be able to watch these shows on what would be like an equivalent to a TV. It was like a magical ball thing, and so that for me was a bit of a throwaway gag. It was, here's something funny. Let's leave it at that. But two of the players, the fighter and the paladin, the players and the characters got so fucking into this that I had to basically narrate a whole episode of this Quantum Fighting League. And I'm pulling from my times watching the WWE when I was a kid in the Attitude Era. And it was fucking phenomenal. I had Kane come out, and there were fire, and there were pyrotechnics. It was fucking, yeah, and they loved every second of it. It was hands down the most memorable downtime session I've ever had.
I did not even realize how entertaining WWE was until recently. I'm very invested in the storyline right now.
See, I'm one of those guys that I will die on the hill of saying that it has not been good since the Attitude Era. So now I watch it, I'll go, that's fucking shit.
Of course it is. It's absolute shit. But the point is, like, it's theater. It's fun. I'm invested right now.
Yeah, but back then it was so good. Oh my god, it was so good. I would happily go back. I mean, I still can. I can probably pick up the videos on YouTube or whatever, but it was just so fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so those were the downtime stories from threads that we had that we were meant to mention last episode.
Last week.
Why not do it when I'm not speaking like myself?
Why not? Why not make this as complicated as possible? Because I have an announcement later that I have to make, and I have to do it in this stupid accent. It's not even a real accent.
Hey, I've got to announce our partners like this.
You sound normal.
I really don't.
You really do.
I really don't.
You just sound like
big shout out to Connell who's just put in the chat. I watched when I was super young. Give me Hardy Boys and Lita. Oh my god, I had the biggest crush on that woman.
Feel like I might actually know who that is.
Oh, I just, I was smitten.
That was Desi.
Was it Desi that said that?
Desi.
Oh yeah, it was Desi. Sorry, Desi, I do apologize.
Damn, woman.
She's not aged well. Yeah, drugs will do that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yeah, another thing we can talk about. I was thinking the other day, especially because I had a friend who was very much into 5e, look, every now and again someone has to take pity on me.
Well, if I'm
now they've heard me speaking like this,
I have to be a little bit of a bitch. I don't know why. It just happens.
I appreciate that. Just wait till we switch back. Anyway, so I was speaking to a friend, and they are very much in the D&D 5e zeitgeist. And they basically asked me, what my advice for tabletop role-playing games as a whole would be. And my immediate advice was player the systems. Now, I know coming from me that can sound facetious and it can sound dickish, but there is a logic to it. I remember back when I was playing Pathfinder, I was very much in the Pathfinder zeitgeist. This is back in the 1E days. And it wasn't until I began playing other systems that I could borrow things I'd learned and methods of play and bring them into the system that I was used to playing. And I think that for anyone who kind of, if you want to swear by 5e, great, go for it. Play other systems because it's going to make your role play better as a whole. How do you see playing like a multitude of systems? Do you find they kind of bleed into each other, at least the way you play them?
I was not prepared for that kind of question. You caught me off guard.
Every now and again, I have to come up with something that we're actually going to think about and take mildly seriously.
I don't like it. I think I just went Australian too for a hot second there. Anyways.
It's okay. Well, it's around the world with Atlas. There's a t-shirt idea. Around the world with Atlas.
I think it's very important to play other systems, not only for the experience of finding what you like and what works for you and what doesn't work for you, but these things do bleed into one another. And one system might push you to do better combat, another system might push you to do better role playing. And if you come back and you're like, I still love 5e, that's great. But your other skills might have been enhanced, I suppose.
Yeah, because I think other systems, they have a focus on other areas of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take Pathfinder as an example. Okay, very combat heavy, mechanically crunchy and everything like that. But then you kind of, if like what I did, I went from Pathfinder, I think the next system I played was Traveler.
Oh.
And Traveler, again, is very much, you can kill your character in character creation. So you don't necessarily start out with an optimized character. And that is something I kind of, when I played that and I realized, holy shit, I'm having fun here. The next time I made up a character for Pathfinder, it's like, okay, I'm going to give this guy a flaw. I'm going to make this guy, not ideal at everything. I'm going to make sure he has something that he can't quite grasp. And in order to kind of focus on a narrative first and then mechanics second. I would not have done that had I not played something else.
Mutants and Masterminds kind of did that for me. My first game was D&D 5e, obviously, but playing Mutants and Masterminds really made me pay attention to skills. That sounds really silly. There was something on a page that I didn't look at. It's like, oh yeah, those things, whatever. But then realizing how important they are in other games, I was kind of like, I should probably pay attention.
I mean, the other one for me was Rollmaster. That basically took away my fear of character death. Because it happens so frequently.
So often.
Hey, here's a new character
death. You get a character death. Everyone gets a character death.
Okay, so just kind of looking at the chat now, Connell has put up, John, a question for you. Is D&D Pathfinder better with pre-gens when optimization is at least initially taken out of the player's hands? That's heavily dependent on the table. If you are playing with a table who like to optimize and like to, I don't like using the term min-maxing, but essentially that's kind of what it is, then a pre-gen will always fall flat. I do like the idea of pre-gens because they're normally built on a level, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was better. I would say that it has its benefit, but most of all, these systems are designed to be the ivory tower system mastery kind of games. The more you master the system, the more you're going to have fun with it. And when you sign up to GM, that's what you sign up to deal with. So I think, taking away that option from players without them being beginners, I think is doing a bit of a disservice.
I think you said it very well in the beginning. I think it depends on the table. I think it depends on the game. But it's so flippant on whether it's good or bad for a situation. It's so situational.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with that. I mean, again, if I'm GMing Pathfinder, I expect people to try and manipulate the system as much as they can, because that's what the system kind of encourages. If you're playing something like PBTA or Blades in the Dark, then it's a different matter entirely, which I enjoy more. I will say that. I will say I enjoy playing the more narrative and flawed characters and you know, without having to kind of learn every aspect of a system.
I think that's why we're so horny in that one game, is because everyone's so flawed. To be honest, like everyone's so flawed.
How do you connect one thing to the other? Yeah, so we so what we do, we every character has a flaw, we just kind of, we like it to be narrative and flaw, and let's fuck each other.
Well, no, I mean, yes. To be completely fair, the entire story is built off of childhood trauma, because all of these our characters had a childhood together where they were possessed by demons and let loose on a town. So, like, there's a connection between that, but that's beside the point. But it's a very cool trauma bond, but it does create some interesting tension when all of a sudden everyone's grown up and like, oh, hello.
Let's just fuck each other. You know what? Who needs to save this town? Who needs to save this town from this dragon? The dragon's fine.
The dragons, just demons.
Let's go be inside each other.
Please, sir, can you keep me warm?
Please, sir, may I have some more?
We need to put like a warning label across this entire episode. Like, don't watch it.
I've already decided that's going to be the title. Do not watch this episode.
Please do not watch this episode.
Just don't do it. Just
skip it.
You. Skip this episode. This is the one that people should skip. Because I think we're going to end up offending like 90% of the people that listen to us.
Probably.
Except for the 90-something listens from Singapore we had last week.
What?
Yeah, we had a spike. We had a spike. It's not Singapore. A real... It's not real data. There's been a spike somewhere, but yeah, I was having a look, and it was, what was it, 2 days ago? Just having a casual look on Acast, and yeah, 93 views.
I was about to be like, yeah, go Singapore. Take Singapore.
Sorry, not views. Listen, this was on.
Maybe they were trying to learn your accent.
I don't know, because I had to look at the location. It was like, yeah, there's so many in the States, and so Singapore, 93. It was
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's listening from over in Singapore, hey guys, thank you. We love you.
How does one say hello in Singaporean?
My worry is that someone in Singapore is listening to this for the first time and just kind of go, that American guy sounds cool.
That's because the American guy does sound very cool.
They're going to be so fucking disappointed next episode.
Cool.
Next episode, they're going to go, what the fuck happened to this guy?
He was cool. He
had, like, severe head... Is that why he wears the hat? Severe head trauma.
I was about to try and figure out how Singaporeans, how do you say hello in Singapore? I can't. I Googled it, and I'm like, I'm struggling with this. I'm not going to go and try that.
Connor wants me to try Liberator with an American accent.
I will hate him.
Will you trust me even more? Would you just kind of go, you know what? He's a good guy.
No, because Is
it the English?
Here's your only thing. The English accent is the only thing that keeps me from not completely wanting to murder you, because, like, there's something about British accents that us Americans go like, oh, all right. Like,
yeah, that's kind of weird, because you do hear a lot of times that people kind of go, oh yeah, the English accent, we like the English accent. But then we play the villains in most of your movies. It's either us or the Germans.
Exactly my point. Actually, I grew up with a bunch of... You would think I'd be better at English accents, because I grew up with a lot of Englishmen in my house, because my father would go... No, not like that. My father would work in England all the time, and they would actually have those members from the board and everything come over, blah, blah, blah. He was VP, whatever, corporate America. They'd stay in our house. I grew up with English people all the time. You'd think I'd be better at this. I'm not. That being said... Fuck. Where was I going with this? What were we just talking about?
I have no idea. About you
Liberator.
Doing it in English.
People
Liberator,
trusting, yeah, and villain, yeah. So I had a friend from England come over to visit in high school, and all of my friends were like, he's so hot. Oh my God. I'm going, he's really not. He's really not. Like, but his accent, I'm going, no.
I mean, I do think that I've got a bit of an advantage doing this because we grow up on
Okay.
watching American TV, so we're a lot more exposed to it. Now, in your case,
You,
it's a lot more recent that you
yes.
watch the Bridgerton and
The
whatever the
Bridgerton.
fuck. The Bridgertons.
The
Whatever the
Bridgertons.
fuck it is.
Listen, you win.
Downtown Abbey.
I told you do a better job than me at this. I actually don't watch Downton Abbey. I want to because I love
Are you actually saying it properly now, though?
Downton.
There we go.
I paid attention. Yeah. Doctor Who. Are you my mummy? Please, sir. Can I hear some?
Sorry, that's a creepy fucking episode.
So fucking. That was my very first episode of Doctor Who.
That's a creepy one.
That's my favorite Doctor. I loved the Leather Doctor. I think he was the best one in my personal opinion.
I don't know. I mean, I preferred the I think it was the 9th. I think Eccleston. He was only there for one series. I just love that guy.
Yeah, that's the leather one. That's the one I love. The Ninth Doctor. Yeah. He had the leather jacket.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's a good actor. I remember seeing him in Gone in 60 Seconds. He plays the bad guy in that, and that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I'm just checking the chat, but
no, I know. I do too. Something about apparently you and I have put Connell's son to sleep. Noah is sleeping on the floor. He sent me a video.
Connell, give your son a bed.
Right?
I mean,
you're making us Americans look poor. Poor sport.
Like, that's where he belongs. So, I mean, have you, like, because we're going back to, like, the system bleed. As I have now.
Sorry.
Okay.
I am wearing pants over a pair of shorts.
That's it. That's
very discomforting. Anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, in terms of system bleed, have you kind of picked a mechanic or a style of play and incorporate it into whether a system you're running or a system that you are playing, or is there something that you feel like Level Up would be?
I'm wearing shorts. I am still wearing shorts. I was like, why am I can't breathe. Like, I'm wearing shorts.
I mean, to be honest, that was pretty slick. That was
thank you.
I appreciate I'm sure no one saw it.
Kobe. Oh no, wait. Kobe.
No, I think you'll find in England we say corned beef.
Corned beef.
Yeah. There we go. See, that is 100% accurate, and I am not lying to you at all.
Give me an example.
Okay, for example, and it's only a simple mechanic, and it's probably something that a lot of people do, but I started using the luck roll from Delta Green in Pathfinder. So, whenever there is something that is not dependent on the players and not depending on the circumstance, and the players kind of go, we wanted to sneak into this. Are the guards looking our way? They'd be, okay, give me a luck roll. You have to get 11 or higher. And that will dictate what is actually happening in the scene. That is something that is actually codified in Delta Green, and I brought it into Pathfinder to use, which I thought, it's a cool little insignificant mechanic, but it can definitely help create the scene, as it were.
That is very, very interesting. I don't really blend my systems like that. If I were to do that, I feel like I'd probably incorporate hero points into Level Up.
Okay.
Because they can be used so beautifully. It's not quite like Fabula where, you can rewrite the story, but it's like, I want to do this extra thing with something I can already do. I want to take the spell I already know and I want to amplify it.
So just to clarify, you're talking about hero points from
Mutants and
Masterminds, not Pathfinder 2e. Because the Pathfinder 2e hero points are not great.
Not Pathfinder.
No, Mutants and Masterminds way of handling hero points for me is far superior.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It doesn't break the game where it's kind of like, oh, surprise, you can do this thing that makes no sense why you can do it, but Sadal, you can do it. But it's not constricting either. It's like, there's this thing I can do and I want to do it, but I want to do it better for this brief moment. And I love that concept of like, you're playing heroes. You want to be able to like reach deep down into yourself and then reach that magic or that heroism and pull out some stuff that you've never been able to do before. I love that a lot.
No, yeah, I agree. I think having that, and a lot of systems are using these sort of meta currencies, whether it's hero points or I'm trying to think of another one. Fabula points is another one, and I think they're really good. I think it is a good evolution of the game because it does give players a lot more say in what happens with a certain level of constraint. Where they can go, okay, I want to spend a Fabula point to change this story, and this is how I want to do it. And ultimately, it's the GM who decides yes or no. But I think it works. I think it works to give the players that level of agency.
I wish more games had maneuver points, like maneuver skills, like they do in Level Up. That is my favorite addition to the system. Anywhere. It's great because you only have a certain amount you can use depending on your skill level, depending on your spell level, depending on your, exertion points. But being able to be like, oh, I'm going to do this maneuver that is, it's good. It's really good. But
yeah, I mean,
I'm falling out of my chair now.
Yeah, I think a lot of these systems, especially nowadays, do have these. I know the Modiphius 2D20 has their own version. I'm just trying to think, like Daggerheart had something similar, where you had luck points or fear points or something like that. And I think it is quite common these days as opposed to what it used to be. And I think it's great. I think it does give players the ability to be a lot more creative. Especially when you're talking about a system like D&D or Pathfinder where it's like, oh, I'm gonna swing my weapon and see what happens. And yeah, it's fucking soul destroying.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just I want to give a quick shout out to Connell because he's going to be very interested in my next bit of news. That I have finally succumbed and I have purchased, and I know that's not how it's pronounced even in American. I just thought it'd be interesting. I have actually brought myself into the World of Darkness fold. I got Fat Boy's Day Out. Last week.
Oh, that looks so good. I wanted to be a fat boy so much.
Oh, it was fantastic. But I bought Vampire the Masquerade. So, yeah, I am now gonna, channel my inner Lestat.
Oh, very careful. I'm actually reading that right now. I'm rereading it.
I think it's the latest edition. I think the latest is 5th, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong.
I've been wanting to play a vampire for so long, and it's never going to happen. So I think I'm just going to get it and read it as a book.
I mean, the book is actually quite far away. If you give me 1 second, I'll grab it.
Of course.
Connell will be able to tell me exactly which it is.
Probably.
I'm trying to knock shit out the way.
Oh my God, his headphones are off. I can talk normally for a second. This is so hard, y'all. It's worse than it's harder to do this than not break character. It's awful.
I'm wrecking my entire joint here.
You are. You really are.
There we go.
Oh, I do believe that's the most recent one, I believe.
I do believe that's 5th edition. Hey, I withheld and I didn't spend that money while we were in London, but on the train back, it's like, fuck it, I got money to spare.
There you go. Extra money. Let's do it to throw it on some games.
Of course. And, there's going to be more coming. I saw something today, something cropped up. Thanks to Deals of Opportunity, the PDF for Outgunned is now like $5.
Really?
Yeah, it's on DriveThru.
I had the PDF I want the hardcover book so bad. It launched on Kickstarter. You're able to pre-order if you did that, but I can't get an actual one.
Can you not?
Not yet. It's not available to the public yet.
Well, yeah. How long are you going to wait for that?
The minute it's available, I'm buying it.
Fair enough.
I want it so bad. Like, if I had known they were at Gen Con, I was in the middle of moving to New York when it happened, I would have hauled my ass all the way back to Indiana just so I could buy myself a box set.
No, why not? Why the fuck not?
Right?
I mean, you've done that trip how many times already?
Right?
What the fuck's one more?
Just one more. Just one more. One day more.
Please,
one trip
please,
more.
Sir. Please, sir, can I have one more? One more trip to Indiana.
I just want a pretty book with the fairies in it.
So that was me pretending to be an American imitating a Brit. That was kind of like there's levels to this shit now at this point.
There's levels.
There's levels to this. So I just want to give a quick shout out to our partners tonight.
And our subscribers. Our supporters, whatever we call them.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say Moon Games, it's a family-run indie game company out of Wyoming, USA that created the tabletop role-playing game Covenant Crucible, a game of modern-day witchcraft. If you can imagine the John Wick movies and the last Witch Hunter movie got together and had a really pretty baby, Covenant Crucible would be it. If you want to learn more or are interested in joining the official Discord game, check them out on Instagram and message them there. Also, step into a universe where fandoms collide. Welcome to Crossing the Nerdverse, your ultimate portal to all things geeky and glorious. Whether you're into comics, gaming, or sci-fi, we've got you covered. Discover exclusive interviews, epic debates, and insider tips from your favorite creators. Join the adventure at crossingthenerdverse.com and unleash your inner nerd. Embrace the passion, celebrate the culture, Crossing the Nerdverse, where every fan finds their place. And lastly, check out our merch store where you can find t-shirts, hoodies, desk mats, and other items with our logo, our supernatural-inspired waffle arm design, or our Moves Like Atlas design. If you want to support us more directly... I didn't say moves. Okay, Moose Like Atlas design. Fuck you. If you want to support us more directly, you can head to our Ko-fi page and make a one-time donation or subscribe to our $3 a month tier, which will give you exclusive Discord access and a mention in our credits. And it will get us to do stupid ass shit like this. And always, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button and telling your friends about us.
It's true. Since in the sake of talking about moose and moves and accents, I have to tattletale on Couch in the most hilarious way. It's not even Couch. I'm tattletaling on myself, to be honest. He was in our Discord server on Saturday, and someone came into the kitchen, and he made a comment like, "No, I don't want your plates. I don't want your trash plates on my hot pass."
Okay, I don't have a problem with that.
He's English, and I'm not. So when he is talking very, very fast, he's like, "No, I don't want your trash plates on my hot ass." I'm like, "You what?"
I mean, to be fair,
your hot what? He goes, my hot ass. He like, my hot ass. I'm going, you need to say that. Say it like an American. And he goes, hot pass or hot pass. And I was going, pass. I was hearing ass.
I mean, to be fair, Couch does have quite a hot ass. So either way. Either way. And yes, Couch, your money did do this. Your money is what made me do this horrific thing.
And you know what? It's entertaining at least.
For you, maybe.
You sound wonderful.
It was the break. It was the yo. So that's kind of what killed that's what got me. That was yo. It was phenomenal. I mean, is your dog okay after hearing that?
I shut the door because I was actually concerned that she was gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, she's like, "What the fuck?" Okay, we've lost her. That's it. She's gone. I'm gonna have to eat her face at some point.
Oh God! Did you hear what happened in July?
A lot of things happened in July. I have no idea.
You didn't see the big like? There's a purple sky and there's an explosion. You didn't hear about that?
Okay.
So apparently in July, it was reported that there was this huge explosion in the sky. It was about like a little more than, atmosphere, and it turned the sky purple for a short period of time. And nobody knew what it was for a while until later. Reports came out that during a test run for his new sleigh, Santa had been attacked during his July routine.
Okay.
Fortunately, he made it back and he's okay. The reindeer are fine. He's fine. The problem is he's been trying to get the parts of the sleigh back because it's a new sleigh. And the things that attacked him are some sort of paranormal entity that is working together to basically keep Christmas from happening this year. Now,
well, fuck them.
Right? Fuck them indeed. Which, it's Santa. He can do anything. The problem, however, is that we're running out of time. And he has actually sent out word for help, asking people for help. And these people are going to band together as adventurers and be part of Santa's sleigh team. And they're going to cross the globe in 3 months and try to get his gear back for his sleigh. Welcome to season 2
Okay.
of Fellowship of Fitness.
I like it. I do like it.
Surprise!
Yeah, I knew there was something when you posted something on Threads. It was like,
Mhm.
okay, I want in on this, but
Mhm.
you didn't let me because I'm too busy.
No, you're too busy. You're like,
Yeah, true.
let me know details. I'm like, no, I've got your back, John. I'm your co-host and your friend.
Well, to be fair, I think Craig's gonna probably be the one to thank you for that because that means I can spend more time on his game jam.
Yeah. I was like, no.
For which I've got a really cool idea, but
Oh,
I'm
what
gonna
is
keep it under wraps.
Okay. But for anybody listening who doesn't know what I'm talking about, Fellowship of Fitness is kind of John's fault. It was a nerdy little quick thrown together of we're going to go to Mordor and back and we're going to work together, add up our mileage. This year, it's kind of huge. We're going to have merch that's already available. You can sign up early, get a tale of the story. We have secret storytellers that'll be updating monthly events. There's going to be weekly challenges. It's a lot of mileage around the globe in 3 months. So I will be posting about that on Threads, but it is all tabletop role-playing game themed. So yes, it's a fitness challenge, but it's for all levels. You can literally just do like bicep curls and that would count. Okay. That being said, at the end of every week, did I go Scottish? At
Just
the end of every week,
you just go with it. You
I'm
just
just
do what
gonna
you
go with
need
it.
to
Whatever
do.
comes out of my
Just
mouth,
like
you'll have to deal with.
if it's Scottish, it's Scottish. Let's do this. Come on, we committed, motherfucker. Let's do this.
We committed. At the end of the week, we some of the storytellers are going to be doing combat. So whatever mileage and extra points the adventurers gather together during their fitness challenges of the week will determine how well they do against their foes that week. So there's going to be guest storytellers that we'll reveal at the end that are doing big story portions. There's gonna be smaller story portions. We have a coaching room. We have graduated.
Okay, so where can people find this and where can people kind of sign up? Because I, for
Mhm.
one, I want to sign up. I want to be part of this. I enjoyed
Absolutely.
Fellowship of Fitness. It was my fault. I talk shit to Beastie and I paid the fucking price for it.
Yes, you did.
But yeah, I want to be in on this.
It's going to be hosted primarily in the Atlas Adventures Discord. I'll post a link, I'll send a link, whatever. The signups are not live yet. They will be, and it's signups. It's not super fancy or official at all. But we are streamlining how people give in their numbers. So there's going to be 3 ways. You can either DM me or Sutphin or Discord. That's about it. There was a lot of numbers coming in different directions. Like, oh dear God. So yes, we'll be launching that. But if you want information now on it, my Discord is where we're starting to drop little teasers.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can just put an invite to your Discord up here on the page. And so if I do that and I do that. All right, so yeah, down below.
Yes.
Click on this.
Absolutely.
Get in on this Discord. Sign up not only for this. Discord's absolutely fantastic. It is a great, it's full of great people and they have a great time. And you know, you probably find me there. You definitely found Couch there. Connell, a lot of the show's regulars, you will find there. So yeah, definitely sign up and sign up for this. Now let's keep fit. Let's save Santa for fuck's sake. Let's save Christmas.
Save Christmas. The children
if you
need
do not
it.
do this, there will be no Christmas. There will be no. You tell your kids that it's going to be your fault if you do not do this.
It actually might be kind of a good idea. Why can't we have Christmas this year, Daddy? It's like, oh well.
Because Daddy's a
Bunch of
lazy
people
piece
are
of shit.
lazy. But it's a lot of fun if you're like, oh, I'm not a fit guru, I can't do that.
Okay,
It's
so
not
what is it?
true.
What is the actual goal? To walk around the Earth?
So yes, the goal is to get around the globe collecting pieces of Santa's sleigh before Christmas Eve. That is 24,901 miles. The launch will be October 1st. The launch is October 1st. The end date is December 24th. But the fellowship channel is up. You can jump in, you can start talking, you can start practicing, that's fine. The story thus far, like this season, is not up yet. We haven't launched it yet. So I'm just letting you know if you get on there, you're like, well, where is it? We haven't launched it yet. That will be at the end of this week. But the details, give me one moment, because Muscle Coach added something.
Is the Muscle Coach Beastie?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay. 10 minutes of physical activity equals 1 mile or 1-for-1 basis on distance traveled, because there's different people with disabilities, different abilities. We want everybody to feel like they can be included and they can partake. So if you do 10 minutes of, you know, chasing your kids around the house, playing hide and go seek, that counts. That absolutely counts. It's just a fellowship of movement and making sure that we're staying healthy and cohesive during
and saving Christmas.
And saving Christmas.
You
know, have to save Christmas.
If you do not do this, you do not care about Christmas.
And there's much. It's Santa's sleigh team. You'll be sorry.
I love everything about that. I need to buy some merch.
It's been entertaining.
And where can they find the merch store? Have you got a link for that?
It is my link, which I don't think you have.
No, it would help if I had that.
I could almost
put it up. I could almost put it up here so we could actually,
entertain them for a hot second.
Entertain with this. So, what you guys have witnessed here today is Atlas's harebrained idea that if we got 3 subscribers, that we would switch accents for an episode. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of this. I hate everything about it, but I am committed and I will honor my part. However, the next one is not going to be as easy.
I've already decided. Going to be amazing. You have a reward? You have a thing?
I don't have a reward, but the next, the next reward level will be if we are hitting the $50 a month mark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we're going to do this shit, then we have to, we got the ball rolling. We got some fantastic subscribers who I love dearly. But for me to have to do this and to fight every single anxiety I have, then we're gonna go $50. If we hit $50,
we hit $50.
I'll think of something.
Beautiful. I believe in it. I believe in our people. I sent you the link in the Discord.
I will do an entire. Whoa. $50. I will do an entire episode in Spanish, and I will be texting you the translation.
I'd be able to translate half of it. Half.
All right.
Half.
Okay.
All
right. So how about that? $50 a month. I will do an entire episode in Spanish, which is not easy. Because I do not know tabletop role-playing game terms in Spanish.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have to practice that. I once looked at Pathfinder in Spanish. It was like clerico. It's like, what the fuck is that?
When I went to
doesn't make sense.
When I went to the Dominican, I couldn't remember. What the fuck is going on in my voice? I couldn't remember certain words, so I'd be like, no circular, and they're like, because I was trying to say line.
But you tried. You tried. I'm sorry, I slipped back into English there for a second. But you did try. But I mean, because I used to get it. I used to get the Brits going out on holiday, and their answer was, if I speak louder, people will. I speak English, but slower and louder, people will understand.
No.
Just something I saw in chat, and it is tangential to it because it is a massive nerd sort of cornerstone. The wonderful James Earl Jones has tragically passed away.
Oh.
The 93 years old. I mean, fair play is... Thank you, James.
Yes.
We love you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's... We'd be a downer, but like, you know what? Let's respect that though. 93 years old is a legend, and all the things that he's done for our community, like that's huge. You know,
I mean, even if you just took Darth Vader and Mufasa,
yep,
that's it. That's all we need.
Yeah,
and everything else he did aside from that.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was an institution,
amazing man,
and it kind of feels weird me doing this in this accent.
I dropped mine for this. I couldn't. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, you win. I couldn't do it. James Earl Jones, like, no, he gets the real Atlas. Like, I'm not gonna.
Nah, that's. But yeah, thank you, James, for everything you did for us.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's. Yeah, I think that ship sailed a long time ago. I think we're about 15 minutes in when someone posted that chat. Yeah, he's winning.
Bollocks.
I'm gonna bring it.
I told you do good. You're like, I can't do this, and I'm like, you did wonderful.
I still hate everything about this, and I will have to edit this episode, and I will not fucking listen to it.
What's our average amount of views or likes?
Roughly, we're doing about the same.
Let's get if this video gets 50 likes, we'll do it again.
Hey, no, you cannot. No, fuck that.
Well, John could be a sour sport and we won't, but you know.
Okay, I mean 50 likes is, I mean, to be honest, I think 50 likes is a hard get. So yeah, fuck it, I'll say it. I will say it. 50 likes. 50 likes.
It'll be different accents. We'll just do different. We'll pick different.
I think
Our choice of
I
accents.
think we got to be a bit careful with that because I think you doing English, me doing American. I think we can get away with it because
That's
of
fair.
like
That's fair.
because of us. But if we start doing accents that are
I
outside,
meant our accents. Like I'm naturally Southern. Like,
I mean, I could do like a heavily Yorkshire accent, which I kind of
right?
did in the Call of Cthulhu one shot we did. I really
Yeah.
leaned into my original accent, so I could probably get away with that.
Oh, goodness
as long as
gracious.
they're not pissing people off unnecessarily.
No, I would
Don't get me wrong.
never. I don't want to offend people. Like I'm offensive just because it's horrible listening to me. Listening to my voice is offensive today.
I mean, I like to offend people, but that's under my terms. I don't like to do
Right.
it by accident. It doesn't
Right. No.
doesn't sit well with me.
Neither.
I like to know when I'm offending people.
Oh,
You know, I
Teach
mean,
down.
you know, I'm an artist in that regard. So no, David, I'm not going to do a Spanish one for that exact reason, because you know I think that's just going to piss a lot of people off.
My whenever I go back to my native accent, it really fucks people up because I grew up in Georgia and Texas, which are not the same accents. So it's a blend of Southern accents. But then on top of it, I learned English in California. So my dialect is very East Coast. Or no, what's up, West Coast.
West Coast.
My dialect is West Coast. My accent is a fucked up mixed Southern, and then I picked up weird like idiosms from the Midwest. So
I had a moment where, when you said West Coast, my hand nearly kind of did the thing.
I did.
It started
Under
raising, and I
here,
just
I was like, no,
okay, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I absolutely did it. I did it below the camera,
though. I'm a dad now. I'm 42 years old. I should not be doing certain things.
John, I still go Wednesday when I'm typing it out. I'm like, Wednesday.
Who doesn't do that? I do that all the time. That's fine.
North, South, East, West.
Well, never eat shredded wheat. That was the one I was told.
Never eat shredded wheat.
Never eat shredded wheat. Shredded wheat is a cereal.
I know what shredded wheat is. We have it.
So yeah, Northeast, Southwest.
Oh! That blew my headphones off.
Yeah, that was
never eat shred. Oh my!
Yeah, that's what I was told. There are others as well, but that's the one I was taught when I was a kid.
That's brilliant.
And that's always stuck with me. Always stuck with me. Never eat shredded wheat.
And
I still managed to fuck it up. Like when we're playing Pathfinder, and it's like, oh, okay, on the eastern door, and they'll go, that's west. It's like, fuck. I never eat directions. Desi is put, never eat slimy worms.
Never eat slimy worms.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How do you say towel?
I say towel like
Desi,
towel.
Desi. People don't like how I say towel. How does Desi say towel? You know, I've been with Desi for like...
I really want to know how Desi wants to say.
I do too. Well, how bad do you want to know? How bad do you want to know?
How
bad do you want to know how she says towel?
I don't know. I think Connell wants to know more than me.
I want to know how she says towel.
You're gonna call her now?
Fuck yes.
Okay, so Atlas is making a very inappropriate call to one of our listeners.
How is it inappropriate? I just want to know how she says towel. How do you say towel?
So if you wanna get this, I have no idea.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna see if I can make you louder. Say that word just by itself. Towel. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've
Thank
heard
you,
that.
Bye.
Thanks, Desi. I've heard that before. I've heard people go towel. Like
towel.
owl, but with a T on. Yeah, I've heard people do that before.
Well, don't the English say towel? Like, over enunciate?
Towel.
I don't really think about how I say it. Now I am.
It's the first time I've willingly dropped the accent.
Hey, can you get me a towel? I don't know.
I would freak the fuck out if all of a sudden a towel came in from that direction.
That would be amazing.
Who the fuck is there with you?
Especially since that's the window to my roof.
I think you did it so naturally as well, because it was literally like you were talking to someone. It was like, hey, can I get a towel? If I saw a towel just fly, they'd be like, okay, so she has not been alone this whole time.
Ta-da! No, I'm never
Who's this
alone.
mystery butler?
That's the thing. I have secrets and mysteries and vaults of knowledge that no one knows. I'm never alone, especially in this fucking window, because this morning when I was at work, the squirrel came up to my window and just sat and stared at me. It scared the shit out of me. This is close to me.
Hey, but what a way to wake up. If you wake up and there's a squirrel staring at you, it's like, okay.
No, there's no anything staring at me when I wake up. No.
Hey, I mean, I could mention quite a few things. But I think on that note, it is about time we brought this travesty to a close. So I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone in the chat for keeping us company. You guys are why we do this week in, week out. Thank you to our supporters for allowing this idiocy to happen.
Which our supporters are.
We've got Connell, we've got Couch, and we've got Craig. We've got credits there actually in the YouTube description. Do you believe I need to update that with the additional people who have subscribed? But yeah, guys, thank you ever so much. Thank you for supporting. And
thank you to our viewers.
We love you guys so much, and we cannot thank you enough. I also want to thank you, Atlas, for joining me this evening. If you want to tell people in that fantastic, really authentic British accent you have, whereabouts on the internet they can find you.
You can find me on Threads. You can find me on Instagram under Atlas Ursa. Atlas like the Titan, Ursa like the bear.
That was good. That was good. That was like, holy shit, Oasis have reunited. It's like, hey, okay.
If I'm not trying, it comes out great.
Hey, fuck Ticketmaster. If you want to see Oasis, we got it right here.
Oh, there we go. I'll do $500 subscription. I'll do an Oasis cover. So there you go.
Hey,
yeah,
I may even subscribe myself.
Dead serious.
You can find me at naturaljuan@dice.cap on Mastodon. You can also find me at natural.juan on Threads, which is where I mostly hang out. Come and say hi. You can catch up with everything we do at toolegit2crit.uk. You can get in touch with us at questions@toolegit2crit.uk. I'm also behind our social media presences on Instagram, Blue Sky, and on Facebook. So if you want to come, if you want to hang out and just say hi, don't be a stranger. But if you like what we do and you want to see more, then give us a like, a rating, a subscribe, or even just tell your friends about us. We love this community. We want to see it grow. Most importantly of all, thank you to everyone who's taken time out of their busy day to listen to two idiots waffle on in stupid accents about tabletop role-playing games. Thank you very much. Good night.
Cheerio.